Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wrestling with Kayfabe. Today, we are going over the King and Queen of the Ring tournament from this year. I'm giving star ratings and just reviewing the matches that we had on the show. So, let's start off with the kickoff show. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, of course, defeated Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, for it being a kickoff show, the match wasn't bad, but also it was a kickoff show match, and Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are a great, amazing heel tag team. I love the characters that they're portraying right now. But you can tell Bianca and Cargill are that level above where Candice and Indy are right now, which isn't a bad thing by any means, but also not really a good thing when you're trying to be pushing them as an even fight match for the tag team. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen. I do like that Candice and Indy were doing their whole heel gimmick, mocking Bianca, and the way that the match went. It was overall a good flow. And of course, the right person won, with it being Bianca and Jade getting the pinfall in order to retain. But honestly, after that match was done, I was just kind of left thinking, why was that even on the pre-show? That could have been an episode of SmackDown, and we wouldn't have cared. So I'm going to give that match a 1.5 star rating. Honestly, it's just because you could tell they're on two different levels. You knew who was going to win. And even though Candice and Indy are doing great, and they're two of my favorites, for sure, you have to look at, well, what's Bianca and Jade going to do next? It seems like it was an afterthought match, and as such, it wasn't good enough. Now we're moving on to the main show. And boy, oh boy, did we start out with a killer match. Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship. Now, to me, this was match of the night. I loved Becky's ring attire. I loved Liv's ring attire. I think the match was very good. It had a great pace. I loved that Liv won in the end. We all know Becky's contract ends on Saturday, and we know that she's not re-signing right away. She's not leaving right away. She might leave, but from what reports are saying, and with Seth Rollins already re-signing, it's highly doubtful she would want to split to AEW when her husband's on WWE. They just had that baby. More than likely, she just wants to spend some time with her kid, which, of course, is understandable, and get that long-needed vacation that she deserves. So, Liv had to win. She won. It was a great match. The crowd was really helping that match as well. It was kind of a dead crowd on King and Queen of the Ring. There wasn't too many loud pops that I heard personally watching it. But this match did have a reaction. And so when I got down to giving all these matches star ratings, I think this was a 3.5 star match. I don't think it was 4, and I don't think it was 5 fantastic. There were botches, there were mistakes. The match kind of felt like there could be more. It was a nice match. It did kind of feel like Becky was just going through the emotions a little bit, which, I mean, again, deservingly fair. She should be able to just do whatever she wants after this. But it didn't feel like a Becky Lynch match, and it didn't feel like a Liv Morgan match. I love that it opened the show. I think it was a great way to start the show. Like I said, match of the night. But I don't think it could have been a main event match on a bigger pay-per-view. Like, sure, Backlash. Not, of course, this past Backlash was amazing, but other years' Backlashes or Great Balls of Fire, Fastlane, anything like that, that match could main event. But you're not going to see Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch main eventing a WrestleMania if it's like that. So that's kind of where that star rating came from. Next up, Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, Intercontinental Championship match. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying I gave this a 3-star. I know a lot of people love this match. I thought it was a good match. All three men looked strong. They looked good. There was a story there. The problem with this match for me was it was a title match. And to me, the focus is more on Chad Gable and Otis storyline, which I do love. I love this Chad Gable storyline against Alpha Academy. I think Otis, Maxine Dupree, and Akira Tozawa will really benefit from this feud, and hopefully all become competent mid-carders, upper mid-carders, maybe a main eventer. And Otis, I doubt that. Maybe a main eventer and Maxine Dupree, that could happen. But yeah, the match just seemed more focused on Chad and Otis, which made Sammy and Bronson feel like an afterthought, and definitely the Intercontinental Championship feel like an afterthought. I do think the wrong person kind of won this match. I love this Sammy and Chad feud. I see where we're going with it. But I would have just gave the belt to Bronson Reed. I mean, that feud was Sammy and Chad. They don't need an Intercontinental Championship. You could have had Sammy lose to Bronson in the ring, and Chad could have came out blaming Sammy for losing his opportunity at the belt. And Bronson could have took the belt and done whatever he needed with it. We would have had a short reign after the longest reign in history. And Sammy and Chad would still have a feud that could go on to a main event, a pay-per-view. Well, probably not main event, but at least be one of the upper matches in the card. It was a great match, though. Like I said, 3 stars. Moving on, we had the Queen of the Ring tournament final. Nia Jax versus Lyra. And, I mean, it was an okay match. The crowd was dead. I think Lyra needs some more work before she can be on a pay-per-view of this magnitude. Nia has been doing good since she came back. She's not the Nia we saw before. But I think we got the wrong matchup in the Queen and King of the Ring tournament. I think Nia should have definitely been here. But I do think Io should have been the Raw side. I think Io would have done great with it. I do know Damage Control's doing a storyline right now where Io's really upset, and it's probably going to lead to Damage Control breaking up, unfortunately. But overall, the match was very average. I gave it a 2-star match. And I mean, now we know Nia Jax is going to be facing the SmackDown Women's World Champion at SummerSlam, which is exciting. I'm going to be there. But again, it was a 2-star match. It wasn't anything spectacular and great that I think we would watch back in years to come. I think this match will definitely get lost to the sands of time rather quickly. By Royal Rumble, I doubt we're going to be talking about Nia Jax beating Lyra at Queen of the Ring. But let's move on to King of the Ring. And boy, oh boy, was this match not what I thought it would be. Gunther defeating Randy Orton to become King of the Ring and challenge for the Raw World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. I gave this match a 1.5-star rating. And I gave it to it because at the end, when Randy clearly kicked out, the ref counted to 3. Randy's shoulder was up by 1, and you see the ref make direct eye contact. And I know Triple H kind of addressed it with we'll have a rematch soon, and it's going to lead to something down the line, but it just felt off. Also, the fact Gunther won't wear the crown makes it feel like it's beneath him, and makes the whole tournament feel pointless. Makes the whole show feel pointless. I mean, this match was one of the longest matches of the show. And the fact that with it being that long, we got that ending. I get you wanted Gunther to win, you wanted Randy to still look strong. But when the ref makes direct eye contact at a 1 kick out and keeps counting, and the storyline isn't Gunther paid off the ref immediately after on Raw, You're kind of making that ref seem incompetent. You're making the whole tournament seem not good, and you're just making the whole show feel pointless. I remember watching and I was upset I had to watch that match. I'm thinking the match was all right, but if I'm watching a match for 20 plus minutes and you give me that final, I'm upset. Randy could have passed out while in a submission. Randy would still look strong. Gunther still could have been king. It would have been a better ending. It was just not the way to end the match, and it really ruined the match for me personally. Finally, main event time, and we have Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. Now, this match was for, of course, the WWE Championship. Logan did not put his belt on the line, and Cody, of course, won. I gave the match 3 stars personally because I feel as though even with Cody winning and Cody still looking strong as champion, the match just didn't live up to the hype of the Cody AJ, and it didn't live up to the hype of the Logan Roman. We know both of these men can put on great contests, and don't get me wrong, that drone camera footage shot with Logan Paul when he jumped onto the table, and then the whole Michael Cole storyline with the brass knuckles, it all felt perfect. But the match just was missing that last thing that would have taken it from great to excellent. And I think 3 stars is the way to go. Because if we're going to do star ratings, 5-star matches need to be very rare and only earned when the match is one that you want to go back and watch after. I don't want to go back and watch that match. I'm sure maybe in a few years I'll think, oh, let's go watch some Cody Rhodes title defenses. What's a good one? And I'll, of course, start with AJ Styles because that match was amazing. Then maybe Logan Paul, sure. But I can't say for sure that in 4 months we're going to say Logan Paul is the second best defense of Cody Rhodes. Because he probably won't be. But that was my rating. Overall, the show was good, but it was also very average. I give it maybe a 3.5 star as an overall show from pre-show to finale. It felt good. It flowed well. It wasn't that long. I think it was like a little over an hour. Maybe more with the commercials, but if you go watch it without, about an hour. So, I mean, not bad. And, I mean, we had great people on commentary with Corey and Cole. Mike Rome was in the ring doing the introductions, which was weird to me because he's now in NXT. And I do think it's because of Saudi's rules against women, which is sad and unfortunate, and hopefully that can get changed soon for WWE and for the people over there as a whole. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the show down below in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Thank you guys all for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.